It's a group of people that come together to provide talks, and it happens at this church, which is the Spiritualist Centre.
The Torbay Faith and Belief Forum is a place in time regularly where people can come and meet one another, listen to one another of different faiths, different beliefs, and just coming from their own background. And it is about sharing and really listening to what other people have to say so that we can learn more.
It's really intended for people to kind of get to know one another in the area if they're new to the area or they live in the area, and there are different spiritual pathways, and some people may not have a particular spiritual pathway but are just curious about the people who live in the bay the same as they do. It's a way of sharing knowledge, it's a way of sharing community. We have all different ages, and it's quite nice to have a get together and have not only a talk from which we learn, but people to chat to, and coffees and teas and biscuits, which is always good. Well, usually, once you come in and settle down, often there's the refreshment straight away, and then we have a speaker, and sometimes those speakers will stand and speak, and then they'll take questions, and sometimes they'll give us a presentation as well.
It was listening, learning more, listening, and having the opportunity afterwards to talk amongst ourselves, to discuss. That's always good. It's a good social time, that is for sure.
But you're going to learn something. And you're going to have a good feeling, because when like-minded people get together, it does create a really nice atmosphere. And I can highly recommend it.
I think then a degree of challenge, in a good way, from the speakers. But for me to highlight at the end is the hospitality space at the end. And that's where we have an opportunity to come together, to share food, to share drink, and to talk about how the speaker spoke to us, what emerged for us during that time.
Well, I'm a spiritualist, and that's a religion that's very much misunderstood. So for me, interfaith is all about gathering understanding, people together and learning about one another, and so it's very important to me for that reason.
But now I have grandchildren, and there's one in particular who I hope will come to the next meeting. She is 14, and she goes to a local school, and there they have this subject which is religion, philosophy and ethics. And that's, as you know, where it would be Kevix in Totnes. Fabulous. And we have the most wonderful conversations. So what she is studying, we talk about.
The main thing that I get from it is a real sense of community. It can be quite rare, quite hard to find a group of people who are also curious about the universe, the divine, the Great Spirit, and ultimately who provide a degree of love and care throughout that spiritual journey. It's something that's quite rare and quite unique.
But what I like about it is it's something to look forward to, that's prior to, and learn what I can beforehand, and then afterwards something to mull over and share with others once I've left the room.
I've made new friends. I've learnt an enormous amount about the different people that live in this area and the religions and beliefs that they share. So it's been a great learning curve, but also a lovely social situation.
Bringing my granddaughter, and maybe she will bring her friends. Talking with other people outside, for example, all the other things that I do, I mention it.
I think perhaps by reputation. When people come, we ask them for an email address, and most people are willing to do that. So they will receive an email when the next meeting is due.
We're hoping that by making this film, that people will know we're here, and we'll get more people, different understandings perhaps, but also just people who are curious to meet others that live in the Bay, really. And it would be really nice to have some younger people amongst us too.
People can find out about the meetings through checking out the Devon Faith and Belief Forum website, the Beach Hut magazine, and of course through word of mouth. And if you're seeing this video now, you have the opportunity to get the word out there and tell the world about this unique and fabulous bunch of people.